Hey everybody, how's it going? It's just Jewel here today, and welcome to the Essetino Weekly Mastermind episode number 88. Let me just make sure the audio is on. Yes, it is on. So it is a one-person show today. It's just me right now, and I'll wait for a couple more people to join on. But as you are, make sure to share a win for the week. So this is episode number 88, right? Episode number 88, almost at the 90 mark, which each number represents a week. So it's been 88 weeks of this, right? And yeah, we've got some people here saying hello. How was your week? How's it been going? And we've got Lisa in the house. No worries, Lisa. Have a good night. Be safe. And we've got Roland. Hey, Roland, how's it going? We've got Timothy in the house. Hey, Timothy. And Brenda. Hey, Brenda, how's it going? Jojo. Hey, Jojo. So, I don't know if you read the title of this live stream, episode 88. It was titled Healing Vibes, Please, and it is needed. So Arit is totally sick. She's not feeling it right now. She's got like a fever, cough, runny nose, like the works and stuff. And it just came out of nowhere. It just came like yesterday, and then it was like full blown, and it was like, yeah, we knew she wasn't going to be on the live stream. So it's just me tonight. So thank you everyone for coming on the stream. As you are coming on the stream, please share your wins for the week. I've got a couple of wins here. And we've got Tracy in the house. Hey, Tracy, how's it going? And so let me share a couple of my wins for the week here. I have a post-it note. Healing vibes for Arit. I wrote that down. Ask them for healing vibes. Oh, we got a win here from Timothy. We've got Timothy. This month, I got my highest payment from AdSense, the highest in 14 years. So you've been doing YouTube for 14 years? Wow, that's crazy. That's amazing. Are you cool to share the amount? If you're not, no worries. But it'd be cool to hear like what it started and where it is now. We've got Monica in the house. Hello, I am Monica. That is awesome. Hey, Monica, how's it going? Share some of your wins for the week. And yes, sorry to hear about Arit, hoping she recovers quickly. Yes, she apologizes profusely. She felt so bad that she couldn't be on the live stream, but I was like, they're gonna understand. Like they're gonna, like it was like that was me 3 weeks ago. Roland, thank you for the healing vibes for Arit. Saying prayers for Arit to be 100% health. Yes. Monica, your win for the week is one more video added. And that's one more than you had before, right? One more is one more, right? It's always better than zero. I always have this sort of phrase and saying that goes on in my head, like, you know, if you're 1% forward, if you've done one more, if you did one more rep, you know, it's better than zero. One is better than zero. I think that's actually a title of a book or something. It was not a lot, but a personal best. Hey, that is awesome. And it can only grow from there, right? Brenda's win for the week here. Win. The first video of a 3-part course went live this week with some takers and good reviews. Somebody already asked me for the next step. It's great that people are wanting to work with me. I know, right? It's pretty cool feeling that someone is, you know, willing to seek out advice from you. That's amazing, Brenda. That's so cool. It went live as in you because I was, if I'm remembering correctly, you weren't going to put it on YouTube, but put it somewhere else and then like drive people to it by email or description of some sort. So that's kind of what I think I remember it was. And Monica says, what is the exact dimension of the canvas on Camtasia? So you can actually change the dimension on the canvas of Camtasia. When you upload a video in Camtasia and you take it and you put it into the timeline, that is what the dimension is going to be, unless you actually set it prior. I actually just had a coaching call, a Camtasia coaching call with someone with this exact same issue. They had some Zoom interviews that they had done, and they put it onto YouTube, but they were able to put it on YouTube, but they couldn't put end screens on their videos because it was the wrong aspect ratio. And they've been using Camtasia, and they had a coaching call with me, and they were asking me like, why, what happened to the aspect ratio. And it's very simple. You just need to just reset it in the project setting. So once you have your video placed on the timeline, go to File, Project Settings, and then it's going to show you what the original video is, and then you have to change it. I typically change it to 1080, whatever the 1080p is, because that's kind of like a general standard for YouTube. So yeah, I actually just had a call with someone about that. I know it's confusing. Jojo, sending healing vibes, warm hugs, and some roses to Arit. Thank you so much. She totally needs it right now. She's been watching like all her favorite movies and stuff to make her feel better. When you're just not feeling well, do you ever have these go-to movies and shows that you watch when you're not feeling well? I know when I was sick, I was just like putting on The Amazing Race, or just some like cooking shows or something that I know will make me feel better. All right, Brenda, live. It is accessible elsewhere. I've driven people to it with a YouTube video and a page on my website. Amazing, Brenda. That's so cool. Your journey has been so cool to watch. And we've got Melody of Author Nation. Hello, hello, watching while cooking dinner. Hugs to Reed. Yeah, I've heard a couple of people, they cook dinner to us. They cook dinner while we're in the background. So that's really cool. What are you making? Liat is saying, evening, Jewel, wrapping Arit in the heaviest love and light blankets. Amazing. Thank you for your healing energy, Liat. Appreciate it. I know she's going to appreciate all this stuff. I told her to watch the replay when it comes out. We've got Cheeks in the house. Hey, Cheeks, how's it going? I wonder what you've got planned for tomorrow on your live stream. And let me share a couple of my wins. So the first win, I have a post-it note here, is I edited 10 videos in like 3 or 4 days, which is a lot because some of them are not that easy. Like they're very time consuming, and I was trying to be as efficient as possible. So 5 videos were for our upcoming course. I edited 5 videos for a course. 3 were actually for the Essetino YouTube channel. So as you guys know, we release videos on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and then we do the live streams on Thursday. And sometimes there might be a bonus video happening on like a Thursday or a Friday. So 5 videos for the course, 3 videos for Essetino YouTube channel, 1 for a client's YouTube channel that I manage, and then 1 was for another client. We're building out their course. So I'm editing their videos for the course because we're actually building out the entire course for them. They are not that tech savvy. And so we've just put them in charge of filming themselves. We set them up with like a StreamYard type setup. They're filming themselves. Then I take the videos and then I edit it all down, put everything in there. And then we're like physically building out the whole thing in like a Kajabi format, which is a place to house courses and stuff. So that's what I did. And man, editing 10 videos is like, whoo, it's good. I like it because it pushes me to be faster and stronger in video editing, to learn faster with my techniques, especially in Camtasia. And I end up doing cool new things that turn into tutorial videos. So especially when I work on clients' videos, when I'm trying out new things and I'm like, oh, I haven't done that before, that can be a Camtasia tutorial video. So yeah, that was really cool. And as I mentioned earlier, I had a Camtasia coaching call, and you never know who you're going to meet on these coaching calls. It's really cool. It's very, very extremely humbling. I got on this 1-hour call, and it was from this guy from California who said that my Camtasia videos saved his life. He has been watching my Camtasia tutorials for like 2 years. And he said he remembers when our YouTube channel was at 5,000 subscribers. And then where we are now, he's been watching our journey. And he said he's literally watched every single Camtasia video I've ever put out. I think he even has my course as well. And apparently I saved his life with the Camtasia videos. And I was like, I didn't know that was possible, that I could do that for someone. And he's just extremely grateful, and they are extremely successful. Like, they do very, very well in their business. And he said Camtasia was the video editing software that he gravitated to most. So there's many video editing softwares out there. And the reason why I use it and why I suggest it is because it's super user friendly. Like, if you go into the higher end stuff, yeah, you can do cool, amazing stuff, but for the most part, you don't really need it. I mean, you can, but it's not necessary. And you can still do cool stuff with Camtasia. So that's kind of like the same kind of conclusion he came to. And he's been incredibly grateful. And that was such a fun coaching call that I had today. So let's head back to the board here. Oops. Melody says, you're making pesto pasta with sauteed portobello. Oh, nice. That sounds really good. I'm bringing a food shoe. I'm not sure what is happening with this sentence. I'm bringing a food shoe. Somebody feel Phil on Netflix, travel to different places. So you have a guest on? Is that what I'm gathering? You have a guest on your show? 10 videos in 4 days is amazing. Thank you. I wanted to do more. I was supposed to do more videos, but didn't work out, as you know, oftentimes things don't work out. Talking of cooking makes the best gourmet. Yeah, I've made a lot of cool things for you guys. Jojo, well, someone's been very busy. Yeah, we're trying to crank it right now, and I'm trying to get a lot of stuff done before the talk. We have this talk happening on March 29th at the Vancouver Business Network meetup group. It's on Zoom, and I will be sending out we'll be sending out an email to this talk that's happening. Anyone can attend. It's a Zoom call. It's free. You just get the link, and anyone can attend. You just have to register to attend, because I think there's only a certain number of spots on the actual Zoom call. But we'll send out some more information about that closer to the day. And so, yeah, we've been really busy trying to get the course done, but it sucks that Arit's not feeling well right now, because that's going to put a damper on the production line, because she's not able to do anything right now. But yes, Cheeks, Camtasia is very easy to use. Yeah, that's one of the reasons why. I mean, I've taught people from not doing any video editing at all to editing on Camtasia every day. So yeah, it's totally doable, and it's my go-to. I have access to Adobe Premiere Pro and stuff. Like I have the suite of Adobe products. You know, when you pay the monthly subscription and you get access to all the stuff, because the REIT needs Photoshop and we have Adobe stock and things like that. So we have access to all that stuff, but who knows? Maybe later down the road I'll learn it, but right now people seem to be enjoying the Camtasia tutorials, so that's kind of where I'm going with it right now. Cheek says, sorry, I'm munching, bad typing. Idea for Reet to watch a food show. She's watching fashion design shows. A fun fact about Arit, when she was in high school, she wanted to be a fashion designer. And I remember her showing me this like sketchbook of stuff of outfits that she drew that were kind of like a line of outfits. And it was a unique style. I didn't even know that she was into fashion at the time when we were in high school. And because I always thought Arit was going to be a doctor, right? That was like always what was being projected out from her. And she was a complete science. Like she was taking every science thing. She was in AP calculus, like all stuff. Arit was extremely smart in high school. She was like in the honor roll and got all the A's, got all of them. And so when she said her dream initially was to be either a fashion designer or a singer, it's like the complete opposite of what she was what she was going towards, right? And that often happens. And in the call, I get this a lot when I have coaching calls, is usually people have like watched a video of my story, like my life and things like that. They've watched a bunch of that stuff and then they feel inclined to book a call with us. And this particular call earlier, the person was mentioning that, oh, I watched your story about how you were supposed to go into nursing, and that you didn't want to be a Filipino nurse. And then they found that so funny because it's such a true stereotype. It is a stereotype, but it is very true. You'll typically see Filipino females being pushed into nursing, and it is like the staple for Filipino families. And I remember hearing that and I was like, that is weird to me. Why because I'm Filipino do I have to be this? Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. And I was very rebellious in that way, and I would constantly question that to my parents, and the only answer they could really give me was, that's the way it is. And I was like, I don't like the way it is. I want to change the way it is. And that even projected me even more. That made me even more want to do something not what I was supposed to be. It propelled me forward to go into a completely different direction. That's also kind of who I am as a person, as I don't typically want to do what everybody else is doing. I kind of want to go the opposite way. So that's where that came from. But yeah, those are my wins for the week. You guys have had some amazing wins as well. That's really cool. And I will send the positive vibes to Arit because I know that she definitely needs it. How do you guys react when you're sick? Like when I start to feel sick, I get pretty down and I'm not the super cheery, positive person that you see now. Like I do need, I usually watch funny movies when I'm sick to try and make me laugh, because I totally do not feel like laughing at all when I'm sick. if I can laugh, then I know that I'm on the right track. So that's kind of what I go towards when I'm feeling sick, is I try and make myself laugh a lot. And I know Arif's trying to watch a bunch of fashion stuff right now because she's really not feeling well. So yeah, that's what I've been up to, and it's a lot right now. There's a lot happening, and sometimes you have these roller coasters of up and down, and we're in the building phase right now, restructuring, rebuilding, and everything like that. Cheek says, give us a movie pick. I watch a lot of shows. Does anybody else have any movie picks? Because I typically like shows because in a movie, they have to truncate everything. They have a time limit. They usually, in a movie, need to do the whole beginning, middle, story, end. You know, you introduce, and then you have problem, and then they go through a rough patch, and then you solution, and then you get up, right? So that's typically what a movie follows. And I like watching shows. Like I watch the series because then the story continues on. But I did suggest that movie Dune, but you didn't really like it. So I don't know what else to suggest for a movie. Does anybody else have any other suggestions for movies? Because I typically watch shows. And if I'm being real right now, the show that I'm watching is Amazing Race. I don't know why. I just like recently, where am I watching it from? Disney? Yeah, it's on Disney Plus. And I like it's got all the stuff. Like it's got all the stuff I like. It's like a adventure race. It's a journey, right? Let's see here. Sick days are for cozy blankies and movies. Yeah, I know, right? That's all you really want to do is just lay down. Liat wants a show, but I want a movie. The storylines are too truncated for me. Yes, prefer shows as well, because you can add more storylines in the shows, right? They're kind of like mini movies. We just finished up Cobra Kai. Yeah, you were mentioning that's from Karate Kid, right? That's the guy from Karate Kid. But yeah, the show I'm watching right now is Amazing Race, and I started from season 25 and I've gone down to season 22, and then I just found out that there's actually more seasons, so I'm going to go back up. But it's really cool to see the race aspect of it, you know, solving puzzles, solving challenges. It's an emotional race, right? Because mentally, like if you're not strong mentally, then you're not going to make it through the next round, right? It's at the end of the day, you have to get through it mentally. And yes, there's physical aspect, but oftentimes it's because of the mental that you can get through the physical. And it's a really cool adventure. I like seeing different countries. You know, before the pandemic and stuff, I loved traveling. I loved going to so many different countries. I remember the last trip I had was in, God, I don't even remember. It was like 2019 going to 2020. And I remember we went to Israel, the Netherlands, Germany, and can't remember where else, but I remember I wanted to pack in as many countries and as many adventures as possible. Whenever I go to a country, I always look for what I think is the coolest thing to do. So I won't typically do like a general walking tour. I mean, I'll still walk around and stuff, but I generally like to do the adventurous stuff. One of my most favorite things that I did was take a camel ride in Israel it's called the Negev Desert in Israel. And we managed to find this place that does camel riding tours, and it was just extremely, extremely authentic. And after we had like camel milk and camel ice cream milk, and it was completely unique. And another one was the Netherlands. We rented these tour guides that had these crazy, what do you call it, motorcycles, but there's like a seat in the motorcycle and you can ride in it, and like it's like a 3-person motorcycle. And they had these really old 1950s 1960s motorcycles, and these tour guides would take you all around the Netherlands, where all the windmills were and where the fishing areas were, and they just showed you all around. And that was such a unique tour. It wasn't like a typical tour that people took. So I usually do stuff like that. Let's see here. You and Narit should do the Amazing Race. I know I was thinking that, and we're like, oh, how do you think we would do? And like, I don't know. I think that because if you cannot get along like 24/7, it's going to be a disaster. And there are certain like patterns in the show, because if you can't get some are like puzzles, right? Thinking puzzles. And I'm not generally good at the thinking riddles puzzle type games that they have, so that would have to be a read. And also, yeah, so it's, I don't know how well we would do if I were to do the Amazing Race with my sister. Oh, complete disaster. We would argue so bad. Jojo says, when I'm feeling a bit down, I usually watch home improvement, cooking, or comedy shows, and of course a good book. Yeah, she's reading this book called Traction right now, and I think she's not able to read because her head hurts so much. But oh man, home improvement, that brings me back like crazy. That's a crazy one. And shout out to Timothy for the super sticker. Appreciate it, Timothy. How has your live streams been? You know, for me, these live streams are like a really great energy fueling. You know, as I've mentioned this before, it's great to check in with everyone every week and share the energy, right? I usually feel quite alive after these live streams. And it initially did not start out that way because I was so nervous before. When we used to do these live streams in the very beginning, like we started it in 2020, and it was actually March of 2020 when we started the daily live stream. Oh man, I was so nervous all the time, and I didn't know what I was going to say or what I was going to talk about, you know, and I was like, what if there's dead air? Or what if I choke on the coconut water again, which already happened. So the worst has already happened on the live stream. Smash the like button. Thank you so much, Leah. Love your profile picture. E.T. and Lego of a heart. That's awesome. Timothy says, I agree. There is nothing like a live stream to build a strong, tight community. Yeah, because it's like you're actually hanging out. Like, I honestly feel like I'm hanging out with you guys. Like, we've just gathered as a group and we're hanging out. And, you know, the thing is, it's scary at first, but oftentimes the scary stuff is the stuff that you need to do. And you never know where the conversation is going to go. Last night we were talking about candies, sweet tarts, and pop rocks. Oh, Cheeks knows all about the candies and sweets and stuff. He went to the snacks and something expo in somewhere in the eastern part of the United States. He went to this huge expo about mainly snacks and candies, and he got a huge amount of all that stuff for free that he was reviewing on his channel. And I think that he he messaged them and said like, oh, I'm a YouTuber and I do food reviews, and then they gave him like a pass, and all he had to do was get there. So that was pretty cool. And it's true. As you say, you never really know where the conversation will go. That I find is a good conversation where like literally anything pops up, right? Chicago, there you go. Yeah. He went to Chicago to this major, I don't know the official name, sweet and snacks conference expo. And I remember, Cheeks, you were doing live streams and you had the deep dish pizza, and that was pretty cool that you got in. I bet the combined sugar rush at that convention must have been through the roof. Yeah. I don't I have candies every so often, but I can't have like a candies every day. I'm quite sensitive to like extreme amounts of sugar, like when you eat like sour candies or something like that. I can't eat too many of them, or gummy bears or something like that. I can't eat too much of that. And it's crazy how your taste buds change as you get older, because I eat things that I never liked when I was younger. I was that kid that just wanted candy and chips, and I would just literally eat a bag of chips for dinner, and that was it when I was a kid. I was not health conscious at all. I only wanted hamburgers, pizza, chips when I was younger, up until my 20s, and then I was like, cannot be living like this anymore. Free beer and beef jerky and more. You got like a ton of free stuff. That was really cool how you literally messaged them and said you were a YouTuber, and then you got access. That's really cool. Jojo said, that's so cool, Cheeks. I did an experiment in a week, and I did not do to-do lists. I was not as productive as when I do the list. Yeah, for me, that would be the exact same. So if I don't have my lists of things, I'm kind of scattered and I'm lost. So actually, I have my thing here. So I actually plan out the entire week. So I plan out like these 2 pages here is the entire week. So on Sundays, I sit down with this notebook and I'm like, okay, what are the weekly tasks? What are my personal tasks? What are like what I call other tasks that aren't in the weekly and they're not personal, so they're likely still business or client related. And then I also have another category for tasks that are specifically moving our business Essetino 1% forward. So I actually title it as weekly, other tasks, personal, and move Essetino 1% forward. And I have these like 4 categories that are for the week. So like I said, these 2 pages are for the week. And on Sundays, I sit down, write all this out, think about it, and it sets me up quite well for the week, because if I did not have this and I did not plan this stuff out, I'd be going all over in whatever direction and just think about, oh, maybe I should do that, or maybe I should do that. And when you have like all this stuff going on, for me, I need structure. I need a plan, and I need a target, and I need structure. Otherwise, I've played that game too. I've played the game of not having this, and I'm definitely not getting as many of these things completed, just going off the top of my head. You'd be surprised all the things that are in your head, all these little micro decisions, they call them micro decisions, like thinking about what to eat, or thinking about what to wear, or should I wash the dishes, or should I not wash the dishes? Like, there are these, you make so many choices in a day that if you don't know, like if you don't have a plan for stuff to complete, it's not going to get complete. And Timothy says, the color categories are an incredible idea. I will adopt that. So I have this both in physical format and on computer, on digital. So I call it, it's on Trello. It's a free app, free website, a thing called Trello. And I put this on Trello. So this is the week, right? But if you notice, there's no days assigned to these tasks, right? This is just in the week, I need to get this completed. On Trello are the days. So on Trello, I do it I work week to week, right? On a week basis. And on Trello, it will say like Monday, Tuesday, like the whole week, 7 days. And then from there, I know it sounds like a lot, but I tell you, this is how we can do all this. People always ask us, how do you do what you do? And you're just like one person. It's because we're very calculated, and I can tell you we could be doing better. We could be being more efficient. But there are certain things, like, you know, I still go and hang out with my sister for the entire day, and I'll still get all this completed because I have a plan. And it didn't just I had to work up to this. Like, it didn't just go, I'm going to come up with this system and it's going to work. I had to find the system that works for me, because what works for me might not work for you, but I will share it and you guys can try it out. So within Trello is the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday up until Sunday, right? And then I take each of these tasks and I place them on certain days. There are certain tasks that need to be completed on certain days. For example, the Essetino videos, that needs to be all completed by Sunday, ideally, and or Monday, the latest. So I will take that, this task, right? Edit Monday, edit Tuesday, all that, and I will place it on the digital Trello board for Sunday, so that I know on Sunday I need to complete that because it's coming around Monday and all those videos need to be released for the week, right? And then there are other, like, I have client channels that I manage, and I actually place them on certain days, because when you do that, when you assign them to certain days, it just makes it a whole lot easier to complete all stuff. Because if you are sporadic, you don't know what can happen, or if what is going to hijack your day or what. And yeah, my day sometimes gets hijacked by some random thing, some problem, or I'm not feeling well or something like that. And yeah, my day can get taken, but I have this still as a plan, right? So I'm still on track. I actually need to highlight a bunch of things because I did complete a bunch of things, and more of that should be highlighted. All right, here we go. Jojo says, I still want hamburgers, pizza, and potato chips for dinner. Yeah, I literally would just have a bag of Lay's sour cream chips, eat that whole thing, which in Lay's chips quality is quite thin. And I would just eat that and be like, yeah, I had my dinner. And my mom, I remember my mom, I'd be like 12 or something, and she'd be like getting mad at me because I'm not wanting to eat dinner and eat like actual dinner because I just ate like a bag of chips. Cheek says, thanks, Jojo. Missed 2 years of the show. This year, probably again. Yeah, hopefully you'll be able to get to go to the show again, because that was a really good opportunity for you. Timothy says, left to my own devices, I will be all over the place. I think that's the case for most people, honestly. And you have to be able to prioritize and categorize and systemize and batch. I do a lot of batching. So the first part of the week, like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I'm typically more productive, and as the week goes on, stuff happens and you get distracted and things, you might be tired from the week, and less happens as you go further along. And by Friday, I'm kind of like partially checked out by Friday. So it's a good way, and you need to test out the way that's going to work for you, because it's not the same for everybody. Everybody is so different. Every system is different for everybody. You might take a partial of mine and a partial of something else. Timothy, how's it going with you with the waking up at, was it 5 a.m.? Yeah, the 5 a.m. club. How's that going for you? I'm not there yet. I'm still working on that one. Timothy says, being a grown-up is not my normal inclination. I know, right? Joseph says, do you have employees or do you do everything yourselves? So for the most part, we pretty much do everything ourselves, except for some YouTube stuff. So we actually do have someone that we do pay on a monthly basis to do our YouTube SEO stuff. We may outsource some things to certain people on Upwork, but pretty much we do everything ourselves. And I know that we eventually will need to have a team and hire people and go through that whole process of delegating the tasks to them if we really want to move to like the next level, because you can't grow it to where we want to grow it with just us two. I fell off the wagon and had a week where you were waking up much later, but next week I will start again. Yeah, I think I need to work my way up to the 5 a.m. time slot, because right now it's like lately I've been pretty tired, so I've been waking up a little bit later. It was twice as productive waking up at 5 a.m. It worked. Did you find yourself you were tired way earlier because you're starting way earlier? You're starting at 5. Like, how did you get through the afternoon? So what happens with me is I will wake up. If I'm choosing to wake up early, I'll wake up early and it'll be totally cool, productive. But then by the time you hit like 2, 3 p.m., I'm like tired, and there are times where I want to take a nap. But then, how do you keep going? And then I'll get my second wind for later. Like I'll usually get a second wind after 5 p.m., but by then it's like, I don't want to go that late if you're wanting to start again so early. So how did you combat, or did you even? Because I know that some people can just go through it and they're good, but I typically get more tired in the afternoon. Let me know. But yeah, that was awesome. Thank you guys so much for tuning in this week, and appreciate the healing vibes for Arit. I will let her know. And I'll read this quick comment here. It was a good feeling being tired after hitting all my goals by 2 p.m. Afterwards, it's okay to take a short nap. Interesting. Yeah, I'm on the fence about taking naps, because I feel like it could make or break me if I take a nap and then it goes too long and then I'm like, oh, I just like, slept for so long, and then potentially can't sleep later on that evening. Tracy said, hope Arit feels better soon. Thanks, Jewel. No worries, Tracy. Appreciate you stopping by. You did amazing. Arit, please feel better. I will let her know. She'll be feeling good, I think, and you just need to go through it, right? All right. Well, thank you everybody for tuning in to episode number 88. We will see you again next week for episode number 89 on Thursdays at 6 p.m. PST for the Essetino Weekly Mastermind. All right, everyone. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next week.